Hey 3A, it's Mr. Roney here. Coming at you with a video on Sunday because I'm going over some of the Seesaw assignments from last week, and there was one in particular that I think a lot of people struggled with, and a lot of students probably didn't know exactly what they were supposed to do, even though I think most of us have our rounding and addition and subtraction skills down. So I just wanted to demonstrate and leave a little video to help everyone out if your child is having trouble. I also sent a few of these assignments back that your child might have to correct or fix. So let's get into it. I want to look at this assignment called Rounding Sums and Differences. And I'll go through and do this as a sample student here. So your child will have something that looks like this. And I know it's small. What they can always do is up here in the left-hand corner, can always make it a little bit bigger to make it easier to write on. All right, so what I would do on this one is first read the directions. Estimate sums by rounding to the nearest 10. And I think most of us know how to round to the nearest 10 and the nearest 100 right now, but sometimes we don't read the directions and know exactly which one we're supposed to round to. So it says round each number to the nearest 10 and then add to estimate the sum. And so this example is really helpful here. So there's two steps to all of these. First thing is we have to look at the numbers, and what I have kids do when we're rounding to the nearest 10 is I have them underline the tens place, draw an arrow to the ones place, and then look at this ones place number. And if it's less than 5, we know we want to round down. And we have to look at what two sets of tens 32 falls between. And it falls between 30 and 40. So we know we want to round down to 30 for 32. Same thing with 34. We underline the tens place, draw an arrow to the ones place because that's the one that's really going to tell us whether it's going to round up or down. 34, just like 32, can go down to 30 or up to 40. And because it's a 4 and that's less than 5, we know we have to round down. And then after this, it's just a pretty simple addition problem. Make sure that we're starting in the ones place first and adding that, and then moving on to the tens place. So in the ones place, it's 0 plus 0, which is 0. And then it's 3 plus 3, which is 6. I will do one more example here just to make it clear. 29 falls between 20 and 30. So we're either going to round down to 20 or up to 30. And sometimes a number line can be helpful for this. Some of the hybrid students and ones that have come to my Zoom meetings know that we draw a number line sometimes to figure out what two tens it might fall between. And then we underline the place value that we're rounding to. So we underline the tens place, draw an arrow to the ones place. And this 9 is 5 or above. So we know we want to round up to 30. So 29 turns into 30. And then 18 falls between 10 and 20. Underline the tens place here, draw an arrow to the ones place, and that 8 is 5 or above, so we round up to 20. Same thing, start in the ones place, 0 plus 0 is 0, 3 plus 2 is 5. So our answer here is 50. You do not need to solve the exact answers here on the left, so you don't have to do 32 plus 34 or 29 plus 28. They didn't do that in the example, so you don't have to do it either. I hope that this was helpful. And if your child is still having trouble, I'm going to go over this in a live session at some point for the next 2 days. It's going to be a pretty light week with work, and so if I've sent stuff back, you should have plenty of time to assist your child or have your child do that, especially after watching a video. I'm leaving a lot of comments and a lot of videos on Seesaw for individual students to help them out. So make sure you're paying attention to the stuff I'm sending back to you. Thanks, everybody. I hope you're having an awesome Sunday, and I'm looking forward to the next 2 days of school on Monday and Tuesday this week.